Whatnauts Reactor Core number 105. We are about to do our reaction to The Last of Us episode 6, right? Yes.
Six. Yeah.
6 is, man, we are cruising along there. My name is Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Ignacio Rojas. Ignacio, how are you?
Hello, I'm good, Kyle. I'm good. How are you?
Doing pretty well. Just stopped by the comic book store earlier and
Nice.
bought another volume of Akira. So slowly collecting that one there. Good stuff. Good
different
stuff.
from the movie?
Yes, actually. I still haven't read it. I'm just buying all of them up so I can do it all in one big chunk here. But yeah, there's a lot more that's in the comics than what made it into the movie. Yeah, The Last of Us, episode 6. Ignacio, we are cruising along in the story of Joel and Ellie here for this one. What did you think? Was this another? I mean, it was slower, but that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bad one. What did you think?
Oh, I liked it. It is, like you said, it is kind of a bit slower, but still, it is so full of things that you wanted to see. It is a payoff of Joel finally seeing his brother, and us getting to see another aspect of what life in the post-apocalyptic world is like, and also you got a lot of good emotional moments and also payoffs for people who know what comes in from what you see in the next game, not still that you can see them here. So overall, I think it was a good episode.
Yeah, absolutely. I liked that because I don't remember exactly where the dam is located in the game, but I don't think it's Wyoming. But they go to the dam. They meet Tahami. I actually liked that they made where the dam was right there in Wyoming with that town that we do see in the second game. I like that they just were like, what if we just combine those and make it? I think that
it's always been
worked
like
out
that.
well. Well, that because you didn't see that settlement in the first game, though, right? Yeah.
No, the settlement was there, but you only saw the dam. It wasn't until the final shot from the game that you can see the settlement in the background.
Yeah. I guess it never registered to me then that the dam was in Wyoming. I still figured that was somewhere between like Colorado and I don't know. I don't know where it was or where I thought it was, but I just never clocked it as like, oh, that's in Wyoming. There it is. But anyways, I like that it's at least made more explicit, right? That like, hey, the dam is here in Wyoming. It's the same spot that you know from the second game. That was neat. But yeah, I loved the reunion between Joel and Tommy. That hug that they give each other was such a big, strong hug. It was like, boom, yes, that feels good. I liked the old couple that was like randomly out there just being like, we're by ourselves. It's like, you made them soup? It's like, yeah, it was cold, dude. I liked a lot of what we got, but yes, it did feel slower. It felt like 2 weeks ago, that like calm before the storm of what's about to happen. And I think as we only have like 3 episodes left in this season, things I think will start ramping up a little bit more. But it was also interesting to me that we got a 3-month time skip from them leaving Kansas City to get to Wyoming, and then it only takes them 5 days to get down to Colorado. I guess they are on horseback, so that makes it faster. but still, I just feel like there's so much time that we don't get to spend with Joel and Ellie. I'm like, what did they do in those 3 months?
Yeah,
I don't know. That's like one of the downsides with it not being a video game, right? You can't spend all of those combat encounters with them and have that extra emotional attachment that you do in the game.
I think that takes away a little bit from the connection that you get from Joel and Ellie, whereas in the show you only see what is relevant to the plot, and when you get to that scene where they are in the bedroom and they have this discussion, I feel like we still needed more from them to get to that point. Whereas in the game,
agreed.
I felt it way more.
Yeah, I like that's the thing. I don't think the acting is bad or anything like that. We just haven't spent the time. Yeah. Because their performances were fantastic to make me believe that like yes, she like does not want him to go his like she wants to go with him and do stuff because she doesn't really know what else to do with with her life, and so him being like, hey, I'm skipping out, like just completely like not only pisses her off but makes her scared, right? Like she's starting to just be like, there's another person about to abandon me and this sucks.
Yeah, and the game of course has the benefit that you can be there for the quieter moment, the slower moments, the moments in between, whereas here you only see what's relevant in the plot. Whereas in the game, you had, for example, all those times where Joel has to push a crate for her to swim across. And things like that add up to you really believing the relationship between them two forming. Whereas here it feels like, I mean, sure, they had 3 months together going through whatever part they are. And sure, they could have established that connection there, but again, you as the viewer do not see that. And then, like, even then, when you get to that scene in the house, it's very well acted. It does feel like it still needed a little bit more of that connection to get there.
It feels like it's doing like tips of the hat to introduce some of these things that are in the game, but it's only to show you that it's in there once, and that's it. Like in the game, you collect these comics as you go out there. There was the episode last week where she finally got to read these comics, and she was sitting there like, I have issues 5, 6, and 10, right? That's neat, but like I kind of would have liked them to pick up more comics throughout the show and have her be like, oh, it's issue 8, I don't have this one, right? Or for her to tell more jokes from her joke book, or to do this, like to see the progression of her learning to wrestle, right? Like I feel like they're not gonna bring that back in the game here. Like you just have this one moment this week that she's sitting there like he's just like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, teaching myself to whistle, go away. Like I like that stuff, but you get more of that and you see the progression. You see her excitement when she gets to see all of these arcade machines, and it's like, oh, does this one work? No, man. And then you finally get that one that does work, and she's just like, yes, this is amazing, and she plays it right. Yeah, like I'm starting to wonder if this adaptation is making the smartest choices. And not that I feel like they've made bad choices, right? But like, why did they only get 9 episodes? Will we see another bloater down the road? Like, if not, why even introduce them? I don't know. Like, yeah, there's just certain things. It's starting to feel like the pacing is maybe a little inconsistent. because you do have the, you know, that big action scene that we got not long ago with the sinkhole, which was fantastic. But by this point in the game, you've had like 10 or 12 of those moments. And I don't feel all of that in this. And like, I loved what they did with Bill and Frank. I wish they did more of that with stuff. Again, what did they do in those 3 months? So that's how I'm starting to feel with it, with the show. But
yeah, and I think that that's just what you get for adapting a video game into a TV show, which is much more constrained. That's why video games have a unique opportunity to show of a different way of showing a story, and that The Last of Us nails so well is that you are not really that constrained to the plot, where you get the plot, but you also get the mundane walking from point A to point B. You get you are in the house, and in the TV show you might get a conversation, whereas just a conversation. Whereas in the TV show you can have the conversation, but you can also go to the kitchen and look through all that stuff and read a note and do all that stuff. And I think that that's being a bit lost with the constraint of the show, and why I think that maybe 9 episodes was a little bit too little for the show. From what we know that's left from the plot, I think that they can hit all the major plot points from the games, but it will be a bit truncated. Like we saw that this episode with the whole campus, where I thought that they were not gonna do it this episode because of how little left of the show there was. Yeah. And in total, I think it was just 8 minutes of the episode, the whole campus. And sure, it isn't. That moment in the game isn't the most memorable. There aren't that many big set pieces there. You get a bloater fight.
There is one important scene. It's at the campus, right? When the giraffe scene.
No,
is that? No, it's not.
Oh, no. Did you watch the new Rockstar video?
No.
No, because the Eric from New Rockstars made the same mistake. No, really? That's later on. Yeah,
because I could have sworn it was at the campus, because once you saw the monkeys, I was like, oh, here it comes. We're about to get the giraffe scene. It's gonna be great. And then no, and I was just like, oh, I'm so upset. I'm so mad.
No, that's okay, later on.
We still have a chance to get the giraffe scene.
I'm sure that they will not miss that opportunity to help. Yeah, for how iconic and for how much of I don't know how to say it, the opposite of a downer, an upper. I don't know. Yeah, that contrasts with the downer moments that we got previous to that, and that's why I think that they will have it. But yeah, the campus was never the most iconic moment from the game. You get the monkeys, you get the Joel getting impaled by the rebarb, and that's mostly it. You also get a fight with a bloater, but still, that section was truncated to just 8 minutes.
Yeah, which I mean, all right. So now that the giraffe is out of the picture, there, I was, I guess, fine then with what they did with the campus, because the campus is empty in the game besides a few of the clickers and the bloater, but it like the tense moment is just like trying to sneak around the bloater in the dorms, and I can see why they cut that out and instead was just like, it's bandits, and then he gets stabbed with the thing like that. But still achieves the same thing. Basically.
But my point is that it is a perfect example of what the show is doing to the game, where it is taking the most important aspects of it, but you are still leaving behind the smaller moment-to-moment moments.
Yeah. that being said, I think next week will be a fantastic one when we finally get to see Ellie's backstory, which was the story that we got in the DLC for the video game. I think that's gonna be really neat, really intense. And I think we'll also be like there. I think there'll be moments in there that are the like, oh, this is so neat. What it will be the upbeat stuff that we see at the start, and then it's all gonna come crashing down. But I'm excited for that. And then I guess the week after would be the remaining time of them getting to the Pacific Northwest. Or I guess they said in this one it's where like New
my
Mexico
guess would be the
something?
cannibals. My guess and hope is that the episode after that is the cannibals, and then what you're thinking of, that they leave that for the last episode. And my hope is that the final episode is a longer one.
Yeah, I kind of just want that final episode to just take place in that one building. That just the whole thing. I think that would be wild. But yeah, I'm stoked to see what they do with the rest of this, and excited to see what they do in season 2. Let me ask you this though. I didn't think it was. Did you think that was? Did you think that was Dana at the camp there?
Of course, 100% it was. I don't know why you would think
it was. I totally
she even looked
disagree.
like her.
I don't
she
think
even
so.
looked like her.
I don't.
Why
think
wouldn't
so.
it be? Why would they have a random kid that just happens to look like her, and have Ellie bring attention to that?
She's a main character, especially in the second game. I don't feel like we would get that character showing up here in season 1 without some kind of casting announcement, which I don't think we've got. Now, they could do the thing that, she was so far away. The sequel will be 5 years in the future.
They could do the Ant-Man and just recast her.
Yeah, they could recast her, like, that was young. The young version. But I don't see why they would really need to shoehorn that in. It feels like an Easter egg for an Easter egg.
Why would you do that if it isn't?
Just to be like, who are these strangers? Like, who are the new people? They have a kid? Cool.
But you wouldn't have someone that looks way too similar to Dina, and also have it be an interaction between her and Ellie.
I don't know. But yeah, I'm on the side of no, that was not her.
That's her. Definitely her.
We'll find out. We'll find out for sure. But yeah, I don't really know. Oh, the last thing I have to say, the thing that I thought was the most unrealistic. There's been a few unrealistic things that we've gotten in this show, right? Especially Joel hitting every single shot at night while all those clickers are moving and Ellie is running.
Sure.
Hits every single one. Headshot. Unrealistic. In this one, the most unrealistic thing that happened was to have communists in Wyoming. What is this show thinking? I have family out there. I've been all in those parts. I don't agree with most of them politically, but yeah, they are mostly people that would die before communism was a thought.
Yeah, I know, but I like the joke, and I like how they played it off, and even the reactions, the acting, non-verbal acting from Diego Luna and Pedro Pascal, just how Joe looks at him just so disappointed, and he's like.
Because you get that one scene with Joel and Ellie on the horse, and he's like explaining like the politics of the world, and he was like, you basically have people who want property, which very obviously the Republicans. And then I forget what he said, but he said something. He's like,
no, you have some people that want to own everything, and some other people that want no one to own anything.
Yeah, which is like, well, that's Republicans and communists, right? But like not exactly like.
Nah,
okay,
I like
okay, Joel.
how it was played off.
It's just
the situation made
it's
made
kind
viable
of funny
for them. Yeah, I just love the nonverbal acting between those two that was brought up. I thought that was quite funny.
It was good, yeah. But yeah, I am excited for next week. All that good stuff. Do you have any other kind of final thoughts that you want to put on that?
No.
Good.
It would be just repeating the same ideas that we talked about.
Cool. Well, yeah, I guess that is our reaction to number 6 from The Last of Us. Ignacio, where can the people find you on the internet?
They can find me on Twitter at Ignacio Rojas B. That's IGNACIOROJASB.
There you go. If you guys want to find me, I am at Yo Kyle Springer. And of course, if you would like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at the Whatnauts. So please go like, share, and subscribe. That would help us out a ton. If you're watching the YouTube version of this, go check out one of our other videos over there. We have a trailer reaction to Tetris. Go check that one out. But this has been number 105 of the Reactor Core. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.